We're on. Yeah. It's very, very barren out there, but still. Anyway, welcome to this morning's, 2nd of October. So we've got the Appointments, Conditions and Service Committee, and I'll call for apologies as item 1. Do we have any apologies?
Yes, apologies from Councillor Michael Adams and Councillor Viv McCrossan.
Okay. And there's no more. So well, item 2 is previous correct record. The minutes have held on the 1st of July 2024, when it was probably raining then as it is now. But anyway, I'll move those minutes. Somebody second them? Yeah, we're agreed. And declarations of interest? None? None declared? Okay, we'll move on to item 4, consultation, closure, implementation of mileage rates. This is the one. Are we taking this to the end, please? Sorry, Marge.
I have no personal interest, but I wondered if councillors might have an interest if they were eligible as employees in the later agenda item, and I didn't know whether it should be declared.
So there won't be, and I can cover that perhaps in the report as we go through it for the reasons why. But in essence, relating to lower earning levels and non-eligibility for those reasons alone. Okay. But thank you.
So that would cover us, because I don't claim a lot, but the small amounts. But if you've got to keep within the law. So right, David.
Thank you, Chair. So this first item really, I suppose, closes process for the introduction of correct local rates for the payment of mileage for cars, motorbikes, cycles. So you'll recall that when this came to us earlier in the year, you authorised consultation commencement, and the purpose of the report is, as I say, to close that consultation, to receive any comments from the JCSC meeting on the 27th of August and trade unions, and then, if you're so minded, to authorise the implementation of those local rates. So I won't go into it in sort of detail because we've done that before. You'll recall that the paper came to you earlier in the year. I suppose just pointing to the consultation comments from Unison, page 11, very brief, but consultation commenced on the 21st of March. Unison did confirm that they were supportive of the proposals being made. No comments from GMB. And at the meeting of the JCSC on the 27th of August, again, supportive of the proposals being made. You'll see that there was a suggestion that we could perhaps increase by 1 or 2 pence the allowance made to carrying of passengers. You'll see further on in the paper today, perhaps a response to that. At section 4.2, the issue is if you increase that by 1 or 2 pence, because it's above the HMRC rates, that would be taxed. And to be honest, I think as a management proposal, the arrangement would carry additional administrative burden in terms of payment and calculation of tax to almost no benefit for the employees. So it is in your gift to make any decision that you wish to, but that would be the management, I suppose, response to that comment made at the JCSC. So really, what's being put to you today, please, is the, I suppose, proposal in an unaltered form. You'll see at section 4.1 on page 8 the list of rates there. So car mileage use, including electric vehicles, at 52.2 pence. Motorcycle allowance, again, including electric motorcycles, which are now becoming more and more common, at 24 pence. Cycle allowance, including e-bikes and scooters, also very common now, 20 pence a mile. And the rate of 5 pence a mile to be given when an officer carries another to an official engagement. So they're the proposals, and again, unchanged, as I say, from the report that you saw earlier in the year. So I'll perhaps return us to the recommendations on page 7, please, Chair. It's section 2.
Thank you, Marge.
I'm in complete approval of those, but I do remember some years ago when we discussed this, a question was asked about cobbler's allowance for shoe wear for those who walk to work. I don't know if we ever considered it further because it was fairly flip at the time. But, you know, I mean, if more people are doing it, I've no idea whether they are or not. Maybe Sim does.
I've not heard of it. So in a 38-year career, I've not heard of that applying in local government. That's not to say it shouldn't do. Not the subject of today's paper, but maybe one for the future. But no, it's a fair point, actually, and that would be the ultimate, wouldn't it? That, again, I think particularly, I suppose, where sites are local, I think we've always been confounded by geography. So the thing about the cycle allowance or the e-cycle allowance in this report is that if you think about our sites and where some of them are situated, not many people are comfortable with cycling over Carlton Hill, I don't think, and that's always been the issue of that geographic barrier, if you like. It does feel like a barrier, doesn't it? So you know, that idea of distance has been problematic. So e-bikes do get over that. People could walk between sites, and I suppose if they were doing lots of miles, then maybe we might think about that as a way forward.
I mean, to be honest, I'm not sure. You know, some people get an allowance for their boots, so it's just... I do remember a conversation about it. Thank you.
No, so the history, I suppose, in perhaps some of the more... I hesitate to use the word nowadays, but you know, the manual trades, I mean, some of the direct workforce jobs, absolutely. You know, we issue footwear, but there did used to be allowances for clothing and washing of clothing in the past. I mean, we're talking quite some years ago, so it's no different to that, really. And so I wouldn't dismiss it out of hand. I wouldn't do.
Yeah, there used to be an allowance, I think, for the mayor to have a hair done on a Friday at one time. It's all sorts of things. But we could, you know, I mean, we could put in for glasses, couldn't we? We could do what they do at government level of all persuasions, you know.
That's radical now.
Have a few new, can we have a few new suits? It's getting a bit tatty, this is. You know, something like that. But, Paul, you got any thoughts on it? No, you're all right with that? I'm fine.
I was fully supportive of this when it came up last time,
Yeah.
and indeed at JCSC. So yeah, I'm pleased that it's going to be going forward.
Thank you.
And was there a time when all the electric costs were higher? It was a lot more expensive to charge your car up than it was to put petrol into it. So I think we've hit the right balance there.
Absolutely, yes.
Don't we? So can I move that? It's on page 7. We agreed? Agreed? Yeah, thank you. Right, we'll move on. So that's, there's no other items at item 5 which are the any urgent.
Just that one item coming up later, isn't it, Chair? The AOB item we talked about before.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so you're not going to do that now?
Perhaps we do that under that confidential cover because it relates to an individual.
Yeah, I think we move that. So if I just move exclusion of press public under section, was it 100A4, Local Government Act 72, it's in front of you. I'll move that if it's seconded. Agreed? Yeah, we are agreed. So we're going into a separate session